Tony Harrison versus Danny Garcia. Could this fight potentially happen? Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. So we got some interesting news from Boxing News 24 as Danny Garcia is on the mission. He says he wants to fight Jermell Charlo. I think that's a bad stylistically matched up. Now Danny Garcia, in my opinion, I think he's going to be a Hall of Famer someday because of the resume that he has. Danny Garcia is a sit down on your punches type fighter, famous for the no look left hook. I think Danny Garcia should just stay at 147 and try to get a couple more big fights. My fault, guys. Sorry, I had to call. I wouldn't mind seeing Danny Garcia versus Mikey Garcia. I think it's a good fight. I think it's a perfect fight for the two of them. Both of them has pretty big names. They both can get a decent payday. I don't not want to see Danny Garcia go up to 154 and fight Tony Harrison. I just think he's too small for the division because you got guys like Jarrett Hurd, Tony Harrison, Jermell Charlo, so on and so forth, Julian J. Williams. They have a longer arm reach advantage over Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia has like a 69-inch arm reach. He's only 5'7" to 5'8"-ish, I believe. I think he's like 5'7" and a half or something like that. I don't want to see Danny Garcia in his career by fighting Tony Harrison. We know Tony Harrison had a lot going through in his life. He lost his dad and trainer. When you lose a close family member that's trained you since the beginning, it's very hard to make a splash back in a mix in the sport of boxing. And Tony Harrison, he still has fight in him left. I don't think he has that much fight of him left due to the massive loss that he has suffered. And, even though he's got other family members, his brother still wants him to continue to keep fighting, finish our career with a bang. And I don't know what's next for these two guys. As we see here from Boxing News 24, that Tony Harrison is targeting Danny Garcia. Now, I don't know if Danny Garcia wants to fight Tony Harrison, but Danny Garcia, I'd rather see Danny Garcia fight Jarrett Hurd, because Jarrett Hurd, he's not going to look to box with you. He's going to look to take punches because he has that Rocky Balboa Rock'em style defense, and he's going to look to take punches. He looks to trade with you. I think that's a very good matchup for Danny Garcia because Danny Garcia could catch him with a punch that Jarrett Hurd wouldn't be able to see. And Danny Garcia is very good with that no-look left hook, and he could catch Jarrett Hurd in the right spot if he's successful against Jarrett Hurd. But I don't know. I don't think Danny Garcia cares about the passion of the sport of boxing anymore. I think Danny Garcia at this point is looking for his last big check out the door, and he's going to call it a career. Danny Garcia has other opportunities. Danny Garcia, he has other business to attend to. His mind is just not focused on the sport of boxing. And, that's crazy. That's crazy because a lot of guys, when they on their first two losses, they try to make a big splash and come back to the sport of boxing. But taking a loss doesn't mean the same anymore to a fighter. We've seen a lot of fighters take losses, but they was willing to come back and dedicated themselves to the sport of boxing to make their name known to the people, the diehard boxing fans forever, that we will forever remember. I don't think Danny Garcia is the case that way. I think Danny Garcia, he's just looking for, maybe he's looking for just big fights and getting big money. I would respect him for that, but I just don't think Danny Garcia is dedicated to the sport of boxing. And I think he might, I'm not going to say this, I think he might get Tony Harrison. I think Tony Harrison, due to the family he lost, his father and trainer and manager, I just think that it would be a 50-50 fight because both guys have a lot to lose. I think Tony Harrison, he has a lot to lose. I think Tony Harrison, if he doesn't get his head right straight, I just personally think he should just quit the sport of boxing because Tony Harrison doesn't look dedicated. He struggled against a guy named Morrell or something like that. That was a very close fight. Some people arguably say that Tony Harrison lost that fight, but they gave it a draw and stuff like that. And after actually a free fight. I actually watched that fight, and the fight was very, very close. And I just don't think, you know, I just don't think Danny Garcia should do it. I think it's a bad move. Wow, it's been Danny Garcia. I didn't even notice it. Danny Garcia been out for this long. Wow. He's been out since what, 2020? Since he fought Errol Spence Jr. Wow, that is a long layoff. I really don't think Danny Garcia is going to come back to the sport of boxing dedicated. You know, it's certain times you just call it a career and hang it up. I wouldn't mind seeing the fight. I'll pay for the fight and watch the fight between Danny Garcia and Tony Harrison, but I don't think it's going to be a pay-per-view fight. I think it's going to be a free fight. But I just think, but let's just get down to the point here. I just think that Danny Garcia is going to get himself hurt if he fights Jermell Charlo. I just think Jermell Charlo's too big, athletic, high ring IQ with a lot of pop on his punches. And I also think that Tony Harrison is just too big for him in general. Tony Harrison has a 77-inch arm reach advantage. So Tony Harrison is not looking to bang with you. He's looking to box on the outside, use his high ring boxing ability to try to get the knockout from the outside. He's not looking to bang with you, because I believe if Tony Harrison bangs with you, I think Danny Garcia could give him a run for his money, but I don't think Tony Harrison is going to allow him to get that close. But with that being said, guys, Danny Garcia or Tony Harrison is targeting each other at 154 pounds. I can see why maybe Tony Harrison or Danny Garcia wants to fight each other, because both of them has a huge name. They can make great revenue together. But with that being said, guys, it is what it is. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.